Hello, hello, hello. Once someone's there, let me know if you can hear and see me, please. Someone's there, let me know if you can hear and see me, please. Jelika says just hi. I'm in my German class. Well, thank you for taking a moment out. Kyle says should be fun to see. You may not think so once you see what I have to say about some of it. Yeah, I know it does, Steve. Not much I can do about it. Somebody says hi. Somebody says hey, brother. Peter says hello. Abida says thank you. I guess that means. Says hi. Facebook user says I love ChatGPT. Fabio says hi, Chris. Polan says hi there. Abu says hello. Facebook user says, evening buddy, how's things? I'm doing good, thank you, how are you? Dan, you may end up regretting that. Oh boy, I'm gonna make some people mad today. Oh boy. Lots of people saying hello. So, well, then all you have to do is push a few buttons and your computer will shit money, Royale King. One second, and while I get set up. Well, when you hear my take on this, you may not think I'm giving away any secrets. Oh, that sucks. See, earlier I was complaining that it's like 40 here, 40 above, and now I don't feel so bad. Good afternoon, good. All right, so what we will do around 3:05, we'll start it off with a giveaway because that gets me more attention. And then we'll get into some of it. We'll talk about the Yandex hack, make sure everybody knows what I'm talking about. We'll talk a little bit about ChatGPT and what you can do, and there's going to be a bit of a lesson in that for you too. So, Green GPT, oops. All right, so nice funky collection. What is your favorite? This Funko, I assume you mean. Man, if I had to choose a favorite, I don't know. Man. I have so many. I have almost 400 of them. Probably, let me turn it off. The Darth Maul right there, that's right in front of the lava lamp. That might be my favorite. I specifically bought 2 of that one so I could open one up. So let's go ahead and do, sorry, drawing a blank, it's been a long week, giveaway. We're gonna start with giving away some legit merch because it's how we always get down. So let me bring that up on the screen. Now, although that one that I posted in Slack last night is the one I really want, the Parallax one. Stephanie says, hey Chris. Hey Stephanie. Alright, so for today's contest, let's do ChatGPT because that will get me more eyeballs. So go ahead and start typing ChatGPT and we will choose a winner, and all one word, and the winner will get whatever piece of legit merch that they got. My man Anis finally got his hooded blanket on his birthday that he won back in November. So this we'll go till, I don't know, we'll go 4 or 5 minutes on this, and we're going to cover it. Now this is, just to be fair warning, this isn't going to be super in-depth because this topic doesn't lend itself to an in-depth live stream, but overall, you know what, I'm just babbling. Hopefully you'll enjoy it. I'm probably going to irritate some of you with my take on some of it, you know, and that's okay because, you know, I have to be myself. But lots of people saying ChatGPT. Let's see how many we got. 18 so far out of about 70 people on. Bob, haven't seen you in a while. Citation magic. Lots of folks saying, oh, and by the way, if you are, hey, whoever that is, hey, Facebook user, if you are showing up as Facebook user and you want a chance to win and you're in a Facebook group, you need to go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and authorize it. Otherwise, it won't capture your vote. I wish they would fix that, but, you know, it is what it is, right? God, I hate that expression. I'm becoming more and more like people that used to annoy me every day. So, lots of people on today. I guess that's what happens when you talk about trending stuff. That's never really been my style, but, you know. Yeah. Hope everybody's got a big weekend planned. I'm excited for this weekend. I, back in October, started training in Muay Thai, and this Saturday my teacher and several of the guys that I train with are having some professional fights, and I'm going to go see that. And I'm really looking forward to that, because that training with someone creates a bond that few other things do. Hitting each other is a kind of closeness you can't get with in many other ways in life, and I'm really excited to be able to go support them and see it work, or see it happen. So really looking forward to that. Hope everybody else has a cool weekend lined up. Lots of people saying ChatGPT, still lots of folks on that haven't. So I'm going to let it go another 2 minutes until 3:10, and then we will get into it. The Slack notification is distracting, so I'm going to end that task. Mubashir. What's up, Mubashir? I told you I see you around all the time. Got a bit, I can't look at the seconds, but we have less than 90 seconds remaining. And again, this is for some legit merch. Whatever it is you want. I think we need to update the merch too, because this is kind of stale. So we'll do, I'm going to cover that in just a minute, Eric. More people on LinkedIn today than usual, so that's good. It doesn't show me exactly for some reason, but usually I don't get much of an audience on LinkedIn. I don't know how, I haven't really cracked LinkedIn, because I have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers and I get like no reach. It's very weird. ChatGPT. All right, we got less than a minute remaining, and this is for some legit merch. So I don't really have anything else to add to that. Monty, what's up, Monty? By the way, you guys that watch me regularly, if you put your business name as like your YouTube name, you'll get a free shout out. So keep that in mind. It's kind of like if you ever watch The Office, how Bob Vance would always say, Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration. It took me years to figure out the joke there, and then I realized he was doing that to get a free plug, because The Office was a TV show within a TV show. Jonas says he loves the hooded blanket. Awesome. LinkedIn. Interesting. I don't do a lot of articles on there, but my posts don't get much reach. But that's a good point. Regards from Mexico City. Awesome. Man, I don't mean to sound like a boomer, but it never ceases to fascinate me how many different countries I get to interact with. Sahib says Legiit rocks. Thank you. Oh, and our time is up. So you can stop saying ChatGPT now. Let's go ahead and pick a winner. Kathy says hi. Hello, Kathy. Oh, come on. Well, congratulations, Keith. Normally this is the part where I tell people what to do to claim their winnings, but good Lord knows that Keith knows how to do that. So congratulations, Keith. Keith is our winner. You guys can stop saying ChatGPT now. The contest is over. Congratulations, Keith. Keith, you know what to do. It's almost a meme at this point, to be perfectly honest. All right. And if you want like a specific design, let me know and I will get it designed. And I will have that sent to you because I know you pretty much have everything we have as it is. So that's that. Let me jump back on camera for just a second. So congratulations, Keith. So there have been a lot of developments over the last few months. We're going to cover both of them, and one we're going to cover quickly, and then I'm going to make kind of an overall point about both of them. But I guess that's it. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a crazy few weeks for me, and my brain is just mush. So that's why I'm glad to serve up a topic that most of the work is done for me. So, all right. So let's talk about what these are, because that's a mistake I've made in my content in the past, is assuming that people know, what it is I'm talking about. I'm gonna move the microphone. Let me know if this makes the sound any more, less good. So, does that sound any better, any worse, no different? Let me know. Because somebody said there's an echo, and I know there is, and I can't help it. I have all the doors open, but this room is kind of just a box. So, anyhow, I'm rambling. No one cares. Let's get into what we're talking about. Let's do this version of screen sharing. Present. Share screen. I'm going to share that screen. Everything is okay. Thank you, Awesome Videos. There's your free plug. Awesome Videos. Check out Awesome Videos if you want awesome videos. All right, so the first thing we want to talk about is Yandex. Yandex, if you don't know, is, I don't know if it's like the 4th largest search engine, but it's basically Russia's version of Google, I guess is the way you put it. And, fucking pop-ups. But by the way, I did ads on Search Engine Journal for a while, and they did terribly. So take that for what it is. But I guess like a week ago, January 31st, not even a week ago, some of their source code, they got hacked, and some of their source code got revealed. And the thing that everybody in SEO is crazy about is that they found that basically their search engine ranking factors were exposed. And so basically that told you how to rank things in Yandex. And for whatever reason, this made SEOs go crazy happy. And I'm going to be honest, I don't get it. I think it's a huge distraction that doesn't tell us anything about Google because it's not Google. People were saying, well, they copied and they had some of the same engineering. That doesn't matter. None of this, and this is the point I'm going to be making a lot today, is none of this helps you. Spending your time picking apart, it's very interesting. Like, I definitely read over it and I find it interesting, and maybe there's some things that are correlate to Google search, but this is just curiosity stuff. It does you absolutely no good in your SEO, in your business, in your career, anything. Like, especially if you are just starting out, or you're just starting to make a little bit of money, or you're not where you want to be yet. This is not where your attention needs to be. This is something that you should be aware of, because you should be aware of things going on in your industry, but the information you got from this is not going to help you make money. And that's really the goal of starting an SEO company, starting an SEO business, running affiliate sites, whatever you do, freelancing. Knowing this is not going to help you, and I want you to succeed. So don't spend your time focusing on stuff like this. Let me put it this way. It's a whole different company, right? This would be like if somehow the secret sauce to that knockoff of a Big Mac that Burger King put out, I forget what it's called, the Big King or something, got out, and people spend all their time analyzing how that could help them make a better filet mignon. So not even a regular Big Mac sauce. That is, I'm talking the crappy knockoff that Burger King had. If their recipe got out and that is what you spent your time on when you're trying to learn to be a chef who can make filet mignon, that's what you're doing by spending a lot of time analyzing this Yandex hack. It's a complete waste of your time, and people, including myself on this live stream, are using it to distract you from things. No, I shouldn't say that. Are using it to get attention. That's what I did with this live stream, to be perfectly honest, because I wanted to teach this lesson that you're wasting your time if you're spending your days picking this apart, unless you're at a high enough level where you're making enough that you can afford to spend some time on it. But if you're not where you want to be, and most of us aren't, including myself, spending time looking into things like this and picking it apart are just not going to help you. So stop it. Get back to work. Basically, on this Yandex hack is very interesting. Read it over. Don't spend a week trying to pick it apart and thinking that it somehow relates to Google. That makes no sense. It doesn't help you. I think I've made my point pretty clear at this point. So, it's interesting, but let's move on. Does anybody disagree with that? Anybody agree with that? Let me know how you feel about that. Have you learned anything from the Yandex hack and the code that came out of it? Let me know your thoughts on that, and then we'll move on to the next topic. But I can't. I've been seeing this come up over and over and over again, and people act like it's what was that Tom Hanks book movie thing, the Da Vinci Code, that got exposed or something, and it has nothing to do with anyone. Like, have you ever heard somebody go, they don't know something and they go, let me go Yandex that? Like, no, you haven't. So why do you think that this is helpful? So I'll give that a minute or two. Let me know your thoughts. Do you disagree with me? If so, tell me why in an intelligent way. If you agree with me, tell me that too. But I really would like to get some engagement here. If not, we'll move on to the next thing, which I will have a similar but not nearly as strong opinion on. Hey, I just got a ClickBank commission. Okay, Kevin says he disagrees. It's a top 3 search engine. I can't imagine their weights are close enough to Google to help 90% of businesses with... Maybe, but I don't see any evidence of that. Like, I've Googled things, or Yandexed things, and I just don't get the same kind of results. So, Peter says, never read it. I don't read the news on Google. Can't imagine. Oh, okay. Video Vault says, looks a lot like obvious ranking items from Google and others. That's what I thought too. If I were to make a blog post and list a few ranking factors, I think I would have put several of those. Somebody says he forgot what Yandex was. Now, if there was an organization with super strong SEO already, then maybe not as useful. Yeah, you're right. Like I say, it's not completely without worth, but I just don't want people to get distracted when they aren't where they want to be. And I feel like this is the SEO version of that. Monty says, I agree. If anything, it just confirms certain things we should already know. Importance of URL structure stood out as a main confirmation. Yeah. Hey, Arturo, we're not covering that today. I haven't done one of those in a while, so we'll do a stream on that sometime soon. But for now, we're covering other things. I just don't want to get away from it. No offense. I just, I want to stay on topic. Leak says it uses meta description directly, while Google says it does, but it does not, but it does. Yeah, I agree with that too. Like, I agree that Google does use it, because I have it's not enough data to draw a complete conclusion, but I've seen enough correlation in the things that I do to make me think it's worth the time to set proper meta descriptions. Others disagree, and that's okay. Ospaki says, I really want to have tacit knowledge about SEO. Arturo says, okay, my bad, Chris. No worries. I just want us to keep it on topic. We will do that soon. Kevin says, but most people aren't doing anything, so even getting top 5 priorities from Yandex and applying those will prove super helpful for Google ranking. I do agree with that. Maybe this is an assumption that I have, but I feel like most of what I saw is things that people should know anyway. So maybe if this does motivate them to go do basics that they should have been doing anyway, then sure, I guess it is helpful. But I know people that have been spending weeks, well, it's only been like a week, spending hours upon hours upon hours, like picking this apart like it was a Zapruder film. And I don't get it, I want people to succeed, and I just don't know that that's the best use of their time. Funny to actually see the ranking factor of having Yeah, that is interesting. Monari says he's here to learn, so basically pay attention to learning about the Yandex. Cool. Agree, at least SEO learners don't need to waste time here. Yeah, like, it's not a bad thing. I just, yeah, you know. Lasher says, what would Google really detect AI-generated content? We'll talk about that in a bit. Vicky says, thank God I see something else from your side on my Facebook feeds because usually I was seeing your ads on Facebook. Just joking. Well, now that you've interacted with me, you're probably going to see my ads even more. So, yeah, exactly. That's a great way to put it. Answer some questions. .coms have more value. Yeah, well, for Yandex, again, like, we can't necessarily apply all of this to Google, but I suppose it is an interesting insight, but I think that's good enough on that. Let's move on. Now, good Lord, their website's obnoxious. Video Vault says, Chris, I wish I knew who this was. You and I see SEO the same a lot. Been doing technical SEO since 2010. Anyone interested in this, picking your part, or part of the group that likes shiny new objects? Yeah, you know, and God knows I'm a victim of shiny new objects too. Like, please don't let that be my thing. But let's move on. This is ChatGPT. Now, before I get into my thoughts on that, does anybody here not know what it is? And if not, I will cover it really quickly. But let me know in the comments in the next minute or two while I get a drink if you know what ChatGPT is, because I don't want to waste time talking about. I don't want it to assume, but I also don't want it to waste time. So we'll give it a minute or two. Let me know if you're familiar with it. Dan says yes. I knew you would be, Dan. Dan, by the way, has a great on-page SEO service on Legiit. Check out user Spoggles. He does a great job. He's kind of an unsung hero on Legiit. He's doesn't get a ton of sales, but he always delivers. I literally just sent him, well, I shouldn't say I literally had a customer in support maybe an hour ago asking for recommendations for on-page, and I recommended Amit, and I recommended Dan, and I recommended myself. So, 915 Web Design. There's your free plug. It says I love it. T7. I don't know if that's a thing to plug, but he said he played with it a little. Yeah, on Legiit, his name is Spoggles. I'll drop it in the chat. Real hidden gem there. Good guy, too. Making you blush. Bob says he uses it almost every day. Cool. I cleared out all my prompts for this, by the way, because I do use it too. I wonder if this is Harry. I've done many tests of ChatGPT, found ways to crash it, and found ways that allow me to get access whenever I want, figured out how to get around the we've too busy. Oh, cool. Great thing, ChatGPT experts. I don't know how anyone can call himself an expert on something that came out in November or October or whatever it was, but, you know. All right, well, that's good enough. Basically, what ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence chat tool. You basically feed it a prompt or a question, and it spits out what you want it to do. It's really upended a lot of the industry. It's got a lot of people talking about it. It really is very easy to use compared to other AI tools, and you can do a ton with it. But man, it sure is making some people lazy. You know, I don't mean to be rude, but I think there's a lot of real world application for it, and this is just the tip of the iceberg, and it's going to really be, whether it or something like it is going to be world changing, let alone SEO changing, but it sure is making a lot of people in SEO lazy. So, for example, the thing that I saw people doing like right away, and I got it with some content that I ordered, was write me a 500-word blog post on the topic of the importance of internal links in SEO. And of course it's going to be slow as balls today. Probably from people like telling it to write a poem about Big Macs or something. So you can see you can do this, and it's going to spit out a pretty decent piece of content. This is what I first found out. The first way I found out about it, maybe days after it came out. And it's really not bad, but like my problem with it is that it's going to make people lazy. But there are opportunities, and we are going to talk about that too. So you can see it's literally writing it for you, and it's definitely cool. I'm afraid it's making people lazy. But if it does, there's opportunity there, and I'm going to show an example of that in just a bit. I mean, look at this. This is good, right? Like I'm only kind of reading it as it writes it, but it's writing a really nice blog post. I shouldn't say really nice, but a fairly well-written post. Now, what the problem is that most people that I have interacted with will simply take this, copy and paste it in their website, and call it a day. And the problem is that it's not fact-checked. It's not, it's got a lot of problems. I mean, that's a good idea, Video Vault. Maybe we'll do that. We'll feed it some prompts and see what it does. So right here I see an issue. Finally, and then in conclusion. But, I mean, look at this. This is a respectable blog post, right? So the problem I have with this is it's not edited. A lot of times it's not going to get edited. It's not going to get fact-checked, things like that. So it's making people really lazy. It's also taking people who need to just pick up the damn phone and like make a sale and get themselves a client or whatever it is that they're doing to make money, to spend time tinkering around with this and playing with different prompts and things like that. I want that to be the biggest takeaway because I feel like I'm coming off like Grandpa Simpson yelling at the clouds, but I don't want people who aren't where they need to be getting distracted by things like this when they can get the fundamentals in place and then come back to this stuff when they have time. So let me do this. Somebody else put a prompt over here. I can't really copy and paste. Here's a prompt for every SEO consultancy can use for their own website. Write a 155 letter or character meta description for the homepage that is about us, that is about great profiles. Yeah. So that's kind of that. Now, let me see if I can find it real quick. So one of my guys on Legiit did something that really impressed me. He made a service, and I haven't used it, but I know he's a good writer. I've used him for writing before. He made a service, AI content edited by a pro writer. I thought that was brilliant of him because this is good content, right? Like you have a good start for something you can use here, but it needs to be fact checked. It needs to be grammar checked. It needs to be audited and edited and things like that. So I was very proud of Larry for this one. I don't think he's on today, but I think this is an opportunity if you're going to be a content writer, because I already can spot AI content just with my eyeballs probably 50% of the time. So somebody that can edit it is going to have a huge advantage because you can spit it out and you can see it did most of the work for you. You edit a little bit and now you have a good blog post. It's a tool, not a crutch. Could use edit and add emotions. Yeah, that's true too. Too many people are using it as a crutch. There you go, as Brian just said. ChatGPT can generate some fantastic meta descriptions if you add the website's keywords. That's actually one use, not exactly, but writing meta descriptions is one of the things I did use it for, because I have we'll call it an e-commerce site that I work on, and writing product descriptions and meta descriptions for product descriptions I'd rather do something else that's not that tedious. And I used this to write them, and it did a fantastic job on that. So it does have its uses. I don't want that to be whatever, I don't want the takeaway to be that I don't like it, because I do. It can also do some other cool stuff. So you can write source code. So write some code in Laravel that displays Legiit rocks. Displays the text Legiit rocks to the screen. I did this because I did something similar to this because some of our developers work in Laravel, and I'm always joking with them that I want to get a job with them, and I don't know how to do Laravel. So I wrote some Laravel code, but you can see you can literally write source code for you too. tool that can complement your script, not to place it. Or a hosting company and train web dev people from fundamentals to expert. ChatGPT does, I assume you mean GPT, does an awesome job of multiple choice question. Interesting. I'll have to try that. Will it not be penalized? We'll cover that here in just a second. You can see, you can write some code here too. And I was so proud of myself when I wrote this, I'm not gonna lie. But anyhow, Dan asks a big question. He says, will it not be penalized by Google as AI written content? So far, there's no evidence to support that. Or at least I shouldn't say no evidence, but the evidence does not support that. I've seen reports and I've seen with my eyes several AI generated content sites that are absolutely smashing it. Having said that, I don't see it being sustainable. I also don't think it's, unless you're just using ads for traffic, Ezoic, AdSense, Mediavine, that sort of thing. I don't see how you use that kind of content to generate sales. But will it be penalized? Who knows? Google says it's not something they like, but the evidence says otherwise. Soon, ChatGPT will have a digital watermark to stop college kids from... I don't know how, not to get off topic, but I don't know how school could possibly work these days anyway, because every answer to everything ever is online. So I don't know how you keep kids from cheating anyway. I wrote a pirate book for my kids. That's pretty cool, actually. SEO folks who are good at framing questions can use ChatGPT, but it needs to be validated by an expert. Yeah, and the same with whether it's SEO or anything, right? If you're using it for actual useful content or informative content that requires expertise, you need someone to verify it, because it's just pulling from what's out there. And God knows there's stuff on the internet that doesn't. I also wonder legally how this is going to shake out in the future, because technically it's really somebody else's content just being rewritten. So Danny says, Google is fighting heavily against this. Trust me, it's coming. I feel the same way too. I don't have facts to support that, but I feel like that's too. Can I sell content written with ChatGPT, or will a buyer buy it from me? I would be honest about, as long as you're honest about it, I think that's fine. Because writing the prompt is a skill of its own, right? Writing good chat prompts, AI prompts, I think is going to be a huge career in the near future. But as long as you're transparent about it and you're not saying that you're writing the content, I think that's perfectly fine. It's going to be AI versus AI. Yeah, I think they're maybe, a few weeks away? At V12, I have noticed that. He says the last paragraph of many ChatGPT articles seems to start with "in conclusion." And I feel like that comes from college. Because in college, if you wrote in APA format, you always had to have a conclusion. And I think that instead of putting a header conclusion, the ChatGPT has interpreted that as "in conclusion." AI checking AI content. Yeah, it sounds like paranoia, but you got to wonder, at what point do humans get removed from the equation? I don't know that they're looking to purchase it, but I know that they're integrating it with Bing, which is also a development that we need to keep an eye on. But again, not obsess over. Smartest folks are using it as an outline or to find concepts. That's a perfect way to describe it, yes. What is your process when writing a new piece of content? For example, add other links. I don't completely get the question, but my process for writing content is not great, not one that I think you should emulate. But the few times that I write content, blog content anyway, I just start writing and then I make sure that there are no squiggly lines, and then I get someone to proofread it and then I post it. But I'm not someone who should be teaching how to do that, because I'm good for 1 to 2 blog posts a year, and the rest I leave to other people. The future is now. You can instruct the AI to beat the AI detectors. Did you see the AI tool write Excel functions? I don't, but I'm not surprised. Does plagiarism software out there help with AI? In my experience, let's see. What is the main one? Copyscape, right? Let's see how that one that I did works. Log in. I don't know if this account even has any money in it. All right. hold on while I purchase some credits. We're going to do a live test right now and see how it does. Seriously. One second, ladies, gentlemen, and Peter. We're going to do a live test and see how it does with Plagiarism Checker. I'm just purchasing some Copyscape credits. All right. So let's go ahead and see if this passes Copyscape. Copy. Paste. I bet this has been good for Copyscape's business. No text found. Look at that. So yeah, no. Apparently this can beat at least Copyscape for plagiarism checkers. Any idea if chat? You know what? Let's find out. I mean, as superior is kind of a subjective thing, but. Let's go over to Jasper Chat. How do I clear my old prompts? Clear chat. Here we go. All right. So let's see what the exact same prompt gets me from Jasper Chat. Well, we can already see that it's slower. And while it's thinking, we'll move on to the next question. Isn't ChatGPT just using content written by other content creators? How will you see in future creators creating content to feed ChatGPT? Yeah, that's a good point too. What happens when, it runs out? And when there's, I mean, that's probably years away, but there's going to be a point when there's nothing left to rewrite. You know what I mean? So I don't know. If I were going into law school right now, I would definitely go into intellectual property law, though. The future success of the website, it is essential to understand important SEO is a key. Internal link building. That looks pretty comparable. I feel like at a glance that the ChatGPT version was better, though. Plagiarism check software cannot flag. Yeah, I mean, of course, it's just too new. The word AI is making my head dizzy. Well, here's some good news. It's not a word. Copyscape is one of the better checkers. Yeah, it's, Brian says ChatGPT and Jasper are similar but different animals. I use them together for different use cases. I mean, Jasper's been around a lot longer. The chat function is not that great. That was my experience too. I kind of felt like they saw ChatGPT and they were just like, fuck, we better get one. And there goes my monetization. They were like, fuck, we better go ahead and get something similar, right? So they, I think it was a business decision more than anything. No, ChatGPT is using a sort of learning, which means it can take what it's learned from one area and apply it to another subject. Okay. Once there's nothing left to write, the AI will see. Jasper is better for creating copy. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, this is just something they added on, literally, I think, to compete, Better angles. It's an abbreviation. Everyone needs to remember that we are version 1.0 in this whole AI world. Yeah, we had Jasper, but this ChatGPT is a step above, but nowhere near perfection. I agree with both of those points because I don't want this to seem like I'm dunking on it because I'm not. I'm really just wanting people not to get distracted, and I want them to still learn a craft and do something that will actually push their life forward, benefit their life, and so on. So I agree with that, and I do think it's going to change the world. There's also a playground area where you can use if you are a developer. Oh, awesome. How many people would pay for ChatGPT? I'm pretty sure, let me see. I think that they have a paid level now, or at least it's like a beta of a paid level. Yeah, here we go. So I guess I haven't really read into it because I don't have time because I'm doing things, but apparently there are going to, and I assume that they're going to be worth a shitload of money once they do because people are already hooked. So Ask ChatGPT to write code for GPT-3 and replicate. You know what? Let's do that. Write code for GPT-3 that replicates you. Oh, motherfucker. Right? Code for GPT-3 that replicates you. I will. I signed up, $20. I'm to be honest, I probably will too, because it is a better tool than Jasper. I may end up using both though. You're on the waiting list. There you go. There are several camps emerging. One saying knowledge jobs are doomed, others saying it's stupid, and others who love it. I'm in the middle because I'm capable of thinking more than one thing at once. I think that it has a ton of uses. I think that it has some downsides and some abuse potential, but I also think it has a lot of upside and good potential too. Sorry, the language model developed by OpenAI cannot be replicated. However, you can build your own language model based on the architecture and principles used in GPT-3. It's pretty funny. I think Microsoft is investing in it, and they'll probably look to monetize it. Yeah, I haven't completely read up on the story because, again, I don't get like hooked on all these little news bites. But I do know that they are somehow incorporating it with Bing, which I think could be great if it ends up making Bing a more searchful, more useful search engine. Because Bing has a lot of good qualities. It's just that its algorithm is shit. Damn that keyboard. What? Can you get meta titles and meta descriptions written via? Absolutely, yeah. Let's do a new one. Write a meta description for an article on why ChatGPT sucks. I don't think it sucks. I just wanted to see if it takes how it takes that sort of thing. Sorry, but as an AI language model, I do not have personal opinions or experience. Cannot write an unfair negative review of myself. Haha, okay. Write a meta description for the keyword buy weight loss pills. Explore the options for weight loss pills and find the best solution for your health goals. Discover the benefits and potential side effects and make an informed decision on the best pill to buy for your weight loss journey. That's not bad. ChatGPT does have a pay level, and soon it will be $39 a month, like Twitter, but more. They have invested $4 billion into it thus far. The limits used by charging sound familiar. Well, I mean, that's kind of how business works. It's quite useful to outline concepts when you're typing, to develop a curriculum, since it sometimes shares concepts missed. Haha. Video Vault, you're very knowledgeable. How can I get in touch with you, please? T7, Ren, it will be interesting when the AIs start writing with emotions. Do it for weight loss pills instead of retyping it. And I don't quite follow you there. Google invested $400 million in ChatGPT, rival Anthropic. Interesting. All right, anybody have anything else fun they want to do with it, or have any ideas or anything they want to say? Seems like a good conversation we have going. ChatGPT does not like bad language. Once seen it may tell, come back in an hour. Been there, done that, F word, S word, etc. Not tolerate. Oh, good. Because I have one more place in my life I need to wash my mouth. Let's see. Got some questions over here. All right. Instead of saying write a meta description, you can just say do it for weight loss. All right. Oh, okay. I see what you mean. Learn about different strategies and approaches for successful weight loss. He tips on diet, exercise, and lifestyle change. Oh, okay, cool. You can string them together. Just kidding. Laugh out loud. Ask ChatGPT what it knows about. That's a good question. What do you know about Chris M. Walker? I don't have the ability to know individuals unless they're well known. Oh, well, that hurts. Kristen Walker is the founder and CEO of Legiit, a platform for freelancers, businesses that connect various digital services. See, I know this. Well, that's not right. Legiit was established in 2017. That's wrong. Headquartered in Austin, Texas. That's wrong. The rest of it's pretty much right, though. It knows that you just ask for meta description for meta, so you can switch it versus the way you would talk. Oh, that's cool. What extensions are you guys using? I'm not sure what you mean. Ask about free pizza. Where can I get some free pizza? That's actually a pretty good answer. How would you go about topical content outlines? Get 100 article ideas started, and all is needed is either the content written, create the content plans thing ChatGPT would use for this. I think it could be. I think it could definitely help you write an outline, like help me come up with 10 topics on, SEO, internal SEO links for SEO, whatever, and like get the ideas and then write. I think it could. I think it could really speed the process along. I believe ChatGPT is only limited to information up to 2021. Excuse me. I believe that you're right. Ask it whether Apple is going right. I don't think I'm going to do that one. Unless you have a Wikipedia page, it will not know you. It knew me a little bit. It got some of the details wrong, which kind of illustrates one of my complaints about it. But overall, it got me there a little. Remember when us older folks used to go to the library and do research? How times change, right? How much importance you give to the AI content detector by OpenAI? Is it going to be a pain in the neck content writers who are taking help from chat? I don't know. I tried a few of those. Some of them worked, some of them didn't. Some of them would also get legitimate not AI content and flagged it as AI content. So I think those need just as much work. I heard OpenAI themselves have created a tool to detect AI content. Yeah, somebody else, a few chats up mentioned that, I believe. Using ChatGPT to write me short stories to sell on Kindle publishing. That's a good idea. That's actually a really good idea. I may borrow that. No, I'm just teasing. No, that's a great idea. That's a clever way. See, you're doing something that could actually lead to you making money. That's the kind of thing that I think people should be focusing on. If you want to have some more fun with ChatGPT, try using AIPRM Chrome extension. I don't know what that is. Let me see. AIPRM Chrome extension. All right. Add to Chrome. Yes. I hate when I click something and then it asks me if I want to do the thing that I just told it to. Oh, cool. So it kind of does, it adds like some Jasper functionality to it. That's pretty cool. The genius who invented Usign graphics program used ChatGPT to share how to use ChatGPT to write the video script for his new product. Product is lousy, but his prompts are awesome. I remember that product, and I thought it was lousy too. So that's for SEO. I can't copy and paste. Let me try this. I can't seem to copy and paste your link, whoever that was. I don't know why. It seems like it's getting filtered or something. Ask ChatGPT how to get jobs on Legiit. And some dude spamming his Fiverr link was because, of course. You can use ChatGPT to write a novel. Since it remembers the chat thread, you can add more prompts for each chapter. It works. Interesting. Ever heard of Black Bear? I have not. AIPRM has already implemented watermarks. You should see it when you refresh. If you look closely on the right, you'll see. Okay, that's good to know. Can I do lead generation with ChatGPT? Let's find out. can you find me some leads in the HVAC industry for SEO, please? Yes, here's some suggestions for finding leads. No, not really. Unless I just don't know how to tell it to look for it. Provides very detailed SEO prompts, which provide better results from link research tools. Oh, cool. Link research tools is an underrated tool for SEO, like link analysis, and I think it's underrated because it's just blindingly expensive. ChatGPT scored in top 5 on MCAT. I saw that. Medical college admission test and passed the California bar exam. Yeah, I saw that. That's the kind of thing that has people like freaking out. Using ChatGPT to come up with SEO script, then use AI characters to say it with human avatar animations. That's pretty original. That's pretty cool. See, I do like that it's sparking a new wave of creativity, and I do think that we're going to see the brilliant minds now who haven't yet produced the thing that's going to be their game changer are starting. I think we'll start to see that in the next few years. But we're also going to see a lot of startup bros who are hashtag building in public, wasting time on things like this when they're not doing things that would actually be benefiting them. You can use it to create great lead magnets, which are great for getting leads. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. I usually use like an ebook, and the hardest part for a lead magnet, and the hardest part about that is writing the ebook. I either have to write it myself or get a writer, and it always takes way longer than I'd want, partly because I'm just incredibly impatient. But, so I agree with that. Video Vault says 17% of last semester admitted in a voluntary survey of using ChatGPT on their final exams, 12% used it as an outline, and 5% submitted exact output. Yeah, so I don't know how to look at that, right? Like, I mean, we need people to be able to learn and do things, but at the same time, do we really need them to learn things that they can get at the push of 3 buttons, So that's something society is going to have to work on. How would you do that? What would be a good prompt for that? Let's give me a suggestion and I'll try it. Okay. All right. Man, this went fast. So we're going to keep going, but I just want to sum up my points. I want you to succeed. I want everybody to do things that are going to make not only their life better, but impact the lives of the people that they're working with. And I don't want you to get distracted by the latest thing. This has potential, but if you don't have the fundamentals of your life and your business in order, I don't want you to get distracted, like screwing around with this or reading about the Yandex hack or whatever. So I'm sorry if that felt like a bait and switch. I tried to make this informative as well, but I do want you to stay focused and do things that will actually help you and help you grow and help you succeed. Enter any URL. All right. Find the backlinks to this site. Sorry, but as I don't have access to the current backlink data. There's an AI voice tool that asks you to read for an hour into the tool, then will provide text to voice that uses your voice. Imagine an avatar that sounds like you. Wow. I think I'm a pretty good person, and the second I read this, I thought of a bunch of ways I could abuse that. So I can only imagine what shitty people are going to do. We'll provide you with books and peer-to-peer articles, but not backlinks. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's just the overall point I wanted to make is that be aware of things, but make sure that you're doing the basics first. It's a dangerous place for folks who are not focused and buy online tools without using them. Exactly. Like, no offense because some of them are my friends, but there's like these lifetime deal groups that just obsess over buying different softwares on AppSumo and seeing if they're good and then never using them. And I feel like this has the potential to really, really hook in people like that. And it's kind of almost like a video game too, right? Like in a way, just seeing what kind of funny shit you can get it to put out. It has a lot of application, but I don't want people to get distracted from things that will benefit them. You know, you can interpret that however you want. I don't mean to be a grumpy old man, but I think that's the danger in things like this and focusing on this, and then like you don't make any money. You know what I mean? If you're not making any money, you don't have time to be tooling around with these things. So that's just the point that I wanted to make on that. Since you want backlinks from authority in your niche, you just create relationships with those sites. What? I'm not sure how that relates. All right, guys, still a good 50 or so people on. We had a lot on earlier. What else would you like to do? Would you like to cover anything else except for how to get orders on Legiit or look at your Legiit profile? Would you like to do some more ChatGPT? Or would you just like to call it a weekend? This saves me so much money using it to tell short stories in Kindle I used to pay. That's a good idea. That I can see. I think I ranked for a short story term. My last test of ChatGPT was pasted into a Word document, 609 pages. Oh boy. What was it? I mean, you don't have to give the specifics, but was it like a book or what was it? Tell me how to get the ability to sell on your e-commerce site. Tell me how to get ability. I'm not quite following you there. All right, guys, it seems like even though there's a lot of folks on, it seems like the questions and stuff are dying down. Lots of people still on YouTube in particular, though, which is interesting. Anything else you'd like me to cover? Ask it how to find interest in taste victory. Okay. Find a Facebook ads interest to target SEOs. Here are a few Facebook ad interests you can target to reach individuals and businesses interested in SEO. Digital marketing, search engine optimization, website design and development. You just you list your service, and there are some things you'll have to do. You'll have to either have a logo and a profile or a picture of yourself. You'll have to list, put in your payment methods, and we'll just do a general review to make sure that it meets all of our quality standards and things like that. But there's not like a huge application process. We just have to make sure that you're legitimate, because it's right there in the name, and that you have a service that meets our quality standards, and from what you've said today, I have no doubt that would apply to you. So let me just show you actually. So I'm assuming that you're registered. If you're not, then obviously you go through the registration, and then you just you come up. There's some stuff you're going to have to fill in your profile. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Profile settings. Just fill in your information here, put in your socials, fill out your profile, put in a profile video if you have one, billing information, and then just go up to, that will create the selling menu, and then you just go to services, and then you just create a new service, and just go through the prompts, and then it'll be pending, and if there's something that they can't approve, they will send you a message and let you know. You work with them until you get approved. So it's basically all there is to it. If you guys want to clone your voice, you can use my link. And I use Descript too. You can see it's actually right there in the taskbar. How much stock do you put in ChatGPT's ability to create a silo? I haven't tried it. I think it could probably do it. The way I'm seeing that it strings things together, I think it could definitely help. But I think you would have to make sure that it's right. That you'd have to fact check it and make sure that it followed the proper structure and stuff like that. But I definitely think it could give you, it could save you a lot of time in doing that for sure. Video Vault says my 609 page test was on L5 leadership, what it is and how to test if someone is demonstrating it. Really cool behavioral assessment device. Interesting. That's not what we're talking about today. Can you send a link to that? Yeah. It's just legit.com. I've used it a bit to edit videos with a clone of my voice. I'm gonna have to play around with that. Mostly the only thing I use Descript for it, and I know I'm not using it anywhere near its potential, but it's to create captions or closed captions for my videos. Sana, hello Sana. Facebook user says, I seen somewhere else someone asked to create blog topics or something like that and got the search intent, informational, etc. ChatGPT created it into a table. Very interesting. Interesting. I don't know how to do that, but I don't doubt it. Danny says, just curious why you felt the need to create Legiit. Sure. I was working as a freelancer on another marketplace and doing very well for myself. It's where I grew the Superstar SEO Facebook group and in this channel and some other things from. But that marketplace started to get hacked and started to crash and became unreliable. So I moved over to my own website for a while, just selling through my site, superstarseo.com. And I had built relationships with the freelancers on that marketplace. And they were starting to ask me if they could sell their services on my site too. Well, around that time I met Jim, our co-founder and head of development, and we decided to create a marketplace as just an additional business for Superstar SEO. But in the 5 years, and 4 days from now, by the way, will be our 5th anniversary. So happy 5th anniversary to us. But it will be our 5th anniversary. And it's grown into a huge, it's not just a marketplace anymore. It's a whole platform with a great community, with some people I'm really, really proud of. And that's kind of the Cliff Notes version of our origin story. What do you think about DALL-E? I don't know enough about it to have an opinion. Not gonna connect. Legit. Great. Lahiru says, why should you use... Oh, I'm not going to poison it with your evil ways of putting ketchup on pizza. Do you have an SEO course? Yeah, you can check out. The sales page needs to be updated, but you can check it out for free for a week, and then it's rebills at $67 a month. But just go to superstarseo.expert. We're actually in the process of relaunching it. Chris, can you recommend a good video maker service on Legiit? Yeah, let me find it actually. This guy is the guy who does the captions for my my TikToks and stuff, and he's just an amazing video editor in general. I encouraged him to join us from another platform. But just if what you need isn't exactly what he has there, message him and he will hook you up. He's an amazing talent. Really good turnaround time too, and just a general good guy. I brought him over from another platform where I've worked with him privately. But yeah. ChatGPT will create all sorts of forms and rubrics if you ask it to recognize and make a scoring system. Whoa, awesome. Bro, yes, I have an SEO course. Why do people insist on asking the same question multiple times? Yes, there it is. HTTPS www. Make sure you put that in. That's superstarseo.expert. I'll bring it up on screen too. That's the sales page. It's free for 7 days, and then exactly like it says here, it's $67 a month after that. And then there are some order bumps and upsells and stuff like that. But that is my training course. Yes, I did drop the link in comment. Literally the link right above you. But here it is again. Oh, hold on. Is there a market for personalized videos that can show their name when you ask I don't know. I think that's cool. Conceptually, it sounds like something I would want to try. But I don't know. I haven't done the market research. I don't like to give answers to things where I don't know, I know that's not standard internet protocol, but... All right. I think that's probably good. Still 40 or so people on, but I think I'm going to wrap it up. To summarize, don't let shiny objects distract you from doing what it takes to get where you need to be. Figure out where you want to go. Figure out what you want to do and then go do it. You want to get my feedback? Sure, just DM me or something and I'll check it out because I'm not 100% sure. I can't like completely picture what you're saying, but I kind of do. So DM me and I'll do my best to check it out and see what potential there is. Lord, too many messages. But yeah, just, guys, just all this stuff is cool. The Yandex hack, useful information? I don't think so, but it's interesting. Read an article on it and then get back to work. ChatGPT, figure out something that it can help you do that you already do if you aren't where you want to be to get there faster, and then get back to work. And then once you get to where you have a stable and the flywheel is spinning, then you can kind of like go into more R&D and experimentation and stuff. But don't get off track with every little new thing that comes out. That's kind of my point. New proprietors and how many, I don't have that off the top of my head. It's well into the 6 figures though, as far as total user base. The session was informative. Thanks for the insights. Thank you. Channel member Monari, one of our ambassadors. All right, guys, that's it for today. This was a lot of fun. I hope that you don't feel like you got baited and switched. I didn't mean to do that. I just wanted to make a point because I see so many people that are just getting distracted by all the cool stuff in the world that we live in, and I just want you to also remember to focus on what's important. Can you ask ChatGPT who needs SEO? I'll try that later. I think it'll probably just say people that want to show up higher in search engines though. So, all right guys, this weekend I am going to be attending some fights, so I'm looking forward to that. I hope you all have a great weekend too. That's it. Thanks for attending. Keith, you know how to claim your winnings because God knows you've won enough. But we'll do this again next week. Congrats on 5-year anniversary. Thank you. I'm gonna make a little thank you video about that next week too. But I will probably get emotional. So, but thank you. It's been quite a journey. So, all right, guys. I'll have some videos for you next week. I'll probably do another live stream next week. Take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend and figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. Where do I DM you? Just look for Chris M. Walker on Facebook. It'll have the blue check. Congrats. Friday Live YouTube is great. I think so too. I think it's like when I get the best attendance. So I think we're going to keep doing them there. Plan says I love these streams. If that's the case, they can write the content to use it themselves without buying the service from me. But your comment in that case is that the content that you get from these things isn't good enough and they need a human being to write it properly. All right, guys. Have a great one. Figure out what you want out of life and go out and get it because you owe it to yourself and you owe it to the world. Peace.